Mustafa Jana joins me in the studio. He's an assistant professor at the Middle East Institute at Sakarya University. Thank you so much for coming in, Mustafa. I mean, our correspondent there suggesting that the UAE might be puppet mastering effectively the Southern Transitional Council and its troops. The official Yemeni leadership has made pretty much the same accusation. The UAE is denying all of this and says, look, we're pulling out, it's a misunderstanding. What's your assessment?
Yeah, I think it's well documented that there is no argue here that the Southern Transitional Council, which is, attacking the southern part of Yemen, and in the last days, they took control of 2 provinces of Yemen. They are backed by UAE. It's open and clear. Of course, as you said, they are denying this allegation or accusation, but it's the fact, and it's more in line with UAE's regional ambitions. Also, the latest development that took place in the field, and there is an internationally recognized government in Yemen, as you know, and there is this Southern Transitional Council which is operating under the guidance and patronage of UAE. And the internationally recognized government is backed by Saudi Arabia. And while what we are seeing here, the divergence of regional policies of Saudi Arabia and UAE, actually.
What's the UAE's policy here? Is it, as was suggested there by correspondent, is it about getting more land, territory for itself?
Actually, it's more than getting land, but of course getting land, and through that land to reach the Red Sea and the ports on that geography, and reaching maybe the Horn of Africa. And we should understand it in a more in a broader picture, that we should take into account the UAE's maybe Africa policy, or the Red Sea policy. So it's beyond Yemen, actually. It reaches Sudan, Somalia. It is well connected with the latest development which happened in Somaliland. Was recognized by Israel. This was a huge development and triggered a huge backlash from certain actors, and UAE was not among that actors. Saudi Arabia, Qatar, Turkey, Egypt, they all condemned that development, but UAE didn't. So this development also was very well connected with the latest development.
So it's a giant political jigsaw,
yeah.
and several pieces are connected, even though they might not be lying right next to each other. So if the aim is to promote a breakaway for southern Yemen, how realistic, first of all, because it used to be separate from the rest of Yemen, so there's a fracture line, isn't there, historically? How easy will it be to achieve that, and what effect would it have upon Yemen and the rest of the region?
I think it's pretty difficult. It's very hard to separate a certain land from this the internationally recognized government, but it's not the case here. They are not really trying to reach that outcome, but creating destabilization is the very product that they desire. So it's not about separating a certain land from Yemen and making it independent and making it recognized by certain actors. That's not the case here, but inflicting some destabilization in the region. So that's their point, because destabilization is good for some certain actors which are operating there, and this actually takes us to the conclusion that and wish that the fate of Yemen should be determined by Yemenis people. However, what we are seeing here, certain foreign actors through their proxy groups, devastating, destroying the country for over a decade.
Who benefits? You say certain foreign actors, but I mean, who would be the ultimate beneficiaries?
Like Israel is benefiting from this situation, because as long as you keep Yemen fragmented, there is no way that Yemen would be an obstacle on your way to destabilizing the whole region, starting from Palestine, Lebanon, Jordan, and it reaches out to Yemen. As you know, Houthis were attacking Israel during that genocide. So Yemen was an obstacle to Israel, but if Israel keep Yemen fragmented, far from unified entity, so it is good for Israel. So it's not only applicable to Yemen. It's also goes the same logic for other political entities in the region, like Syria, like Lebanon. As long as Syria is fragmented, it's good for Israel, or Lebanon, it's good for Israel, because Israel's ambitions, enlarging its influence in the region as long as possible, but it is only able to do that while other political entities are weak. So if they are strong, Israel, it's bad news for Israel. So that's why Israel is not, aspiring, stable, unified political entities, countries in the region. That's why it keeps trying to, weaken them, starting from, the imminent environment of it, like Lebanon, Syria, Palestine. So if it will be successful in that area, it will go beyond that area. Maybe it will try to reach Turkey or other places if it's not stopped.
Mustafa, great to speak to you. Thanks so much for coming in.
Thank you very
Mustafa
much.
Can is my guest, Assistant Professor at the Middle East Institute at Sakarya University.